It's Sunday, October 4th. Let's play the Set Booster Box game. Zendikar Rising Edition. Ready, set, go! We've never done a Set Booster Box game before. Well, how's this game going to work? Much like a booster box game, I will open this set booster box and see all the rares, mythics, and foils that I get inside and sell everything that's worth $2 or more. Now, these are currently going for $150 each. They really should be more around $120, but there were shipping issues, but I can't get them for less than $150. So if I can get $150 or more for a set booster box, I will sell those contents and go down to my store and buy another box. Yes, I will be counting the box topper within, but I'm going to count it at the end. Am I going to open up just one set booster or possibly more than one? Let's find out. Now, this is my first set booster, so you're going to see on the first couple packs here, I was a little awkward on how to do it, and then I got a good hang of it. So apologies for like the first several packs where I'm kind of fumbling for rares and mythics because there's a few different ports they could be in. But then I really get the hang of it, which is just burn through it, get all the items that could have value, and then look at them one by one. who likes miscut cards? Because I've got several. I actually don't really know the value on miscut cards. I know it's very particular, where some are worth something, and others, most others, worth less so. I'm not putting any value here. I don't know. I'm willing to bet these are the kind of miscuts that miscut collectors don't really care about. and still more miscuts. That's also probably why these aren't valuable, because there's probably a lot of them floating around. And my understanding is most miscuts have value when it was old, very rare occurrences. Come on, quality assurance, get assuring. Well, despite getting one of the lowest box toppers available, I've got enough for another box, and that's what I'm gonna do. We're on to box number 2, but it's now Monday. Prices are changing a little bit. Honestly, there's just so many different packs and versions of cards, it is hard for me to know what's what anymore. But I see prices change, and then some foils are worth the same as the non-foil. It's weird, but here we go. my gosh, this box was a dud. Will the box topper save us? Even with a $60 box topper, we couldn't get there. Well, you know what I say, buy singles. Now, booster boxes are for draft, or rather draft booster boxes are for draft. So if you're not drafting, buy singles. With set booster boxes, where does that leave us? It was interesting because I reviewed set booster boxes and I gave them, spoiler alert, an A- based on the fact that I thought as a gambler's product, for taking a gamble, I liked it. And I thought it was fairly well put together, largely because of box toppers and the list. And we're gonna see what happens with box toppers after Zendikar, because that's a huge factor. And if we go into Kaldheim and there's no box toppers, or the box toppers are of, I don't know, instants and sorceries that don't matter or something, that could have a huge effect. But the fact that there's 10 potential fetch lands in the box toppers, and also cards like we just saw that have a huge value. Look back at box one, there was a lot of fun list cards, and I really like that 1 out of every 4 is the list. And you can get a $6 card, you get a $40 card from the list. It's a gamble, but as a gambling product, and I don't think gambling is inherently evil, I gave it that A-, but that wasn't necessarily a, you should go out and buy this. I mean, I give draft booster boxes an A. I consider a draft booster box to be an A, but I wouldn't buy it and crack it for singles. I'd buy it and draft with it. So I guess my view on set booster boxes, at their implementation anyway, is that they're not for draft like draft booster boxes are, they're for gambling. So if you're gonna gamble, and when you gamble, the odds are against you and it's meant that you lose, but if it is a gamble, you know, we're rolling the dice. I looked at it as these packs are supposed to be, if there weren't production errors, just about $1 more. And there's all of this possible, at 2%, 5%, 10%, 1 out of every 4, but there's chances in there. And so I look at it as, okay, you shouldn't be buying a draft booster pack to do anything other than draft. But what if you're buying a set booster pack for gambling? It's $1 more. It's not $9.99, which I object to anyway. And you can buy those. I know you watching this right here, and I'm rambling and not on a script, by the way, just because I want to pad out the time, but I'm saying important things, so listen up. I know you watching this have bought like one of those $9.99 booster packs that had 10 cents worth of cards in it, right? But some of those sets like Modern Masters 2017, where that could happen in, I gave a huge A to, because it was great draft and there were great cards in there nonetheless, and it filled that function. So then I look at set boosters and it's like, hey, it's an extra $1. It's meant to gamble explicitly. That is the product's thesis. Not to play games. Magic the Gathering isn't about actually playing Magic anymore, apparently. So it's to gamble, and you gamble. And I go, all right, there's possibilities, much more possibilities of double rares. We had a double mythic in box 1. You might get 4. You're not going to, but you might. 1 out of every 4, the list does it really big for me, and there's reprints in there, and although some of them are worthless, a lot of them are $4, $10, $15 reprints, and then there's some big ones. Someone sent me a tweet, I got a scroll rack. Someone did it. They got there. Extra $1, you're gonna gamble? Sure. I looked at that and I go, this is good. Could the odds be more in your favor? Sure. Should you gamble? Probably not. Don't buy set boosters. Don't buy draft boosters unless you're gonna draft. Play Magic. That's my philosophy. I've got a video all about my philosophy. My philosophy is about play the game and don't get fleeced. But if you want to get fleeced and you say, I would like to gamble and throw my money away. I mean, people go to Vegas. I don't have a moral objection to people going to Vegas. Set boosters, they seem to be pretty fun for that gamble, for that chance at cracking a $60 list card and a $4 booster pack. or buying the box for, well, it should be 120, not 150. That was another factor, is I guess I was a little soft on them about like, well, there were production issues. This should really be 120 is what they said it would be, or 125, something like that. Let's see if that happens. Eventually, you got to fix your production issues. I gave them a good grade. I think that it fills a need for the pure gamble crack packing, and I respect that they just said, let's just charge $1 more a pack. In theory, buy singles, go buy them from Card Kingdom or TCG Player or Channel Fireball or Star City Games. Isn't it nice that my sponsor lets me say, just shop around and buy from whoever has the lowest price? But if you go to cardkingdom.com/TCC, I've also got products that I review, and buy those from your local game store. Actually, don't buy from Star City Games, TCG Player is your local game store. I'll touch on that in a sec. Channel Fireball, Card Kingdom, that's just get the lowest price on your singles, and check out your local game store first. And if they don't have what you're looking for, check around. Check Card Kingdom, TCC. I don't get any direct benefit from that. It just shows Card Kingdom that you want to keep doing. They should maybe keep doing business with me, but we've collected and we're working on expanding, so keep checking back. All my A products, all my high grades, it's all in one place. They've got great shipping options, all that stuff. Check it out. Check your local game store first and foremost. And then if not, it's nice that I've got a sponsor that lets me say, go to them second or third. That's cool. Sometimes you gotta. Sometimes you go to your local game store and they don't have it, or they're asking way too much. So you go check around. Card Kingdom's got it. This is the link. Check it out. All right, people, I've it on. Be good, be kind, show some love. You are loved. It's good life. Well, can be. Well, we can make it that. We can make it that. That's a good note to end on. We can make it that.
Good Lord, what is happening in there?
The Mythic Championship.
The Mythic Championship. At this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, held entirely inside your office.
Yes.
Can I watch?
No.